Welcome everyone to the Solo to Entrepreneur Show. You are with me, Lorraine Chaya, where solo and visionaries turn strategy into scale and excuses into exits. Today I'm calling out the elephant in the coaching room. Everybody wants to be a business coach, but very few should be. You'll want to hear this, or maybe not. It depends on how you look at it, but especially if you're coaching, getting coached, or thinking of hiring one. Now let's get into it. When I was in the process of migrating to the US, my immigration lawyer looked me dead in the eyes and said, and this is virtually by the way, just tell them you're an international educator. Don't even mention business coaching at all. Now, think about that. I had a global personal brand, a proven business portfolio. Still, business coach was a red flag. Why? Because coaching has become a commodity title and not in a good way. It's like a fruit that looks perfect on the outside, but you bite into it, ugh, tasteless, rotten, no substance. Most people want to be coaches for all the wrong reasons. Could be easy cash, no accountability, a shortcut to authority, who knows, maybe more. But coaching isn't about selling inspiration. It's about engineering transformation. And very few are qualified for that job. Let's talk hypocrisy, right? Hypocrisy. The majority of coaches don't even have a coach. They've never worked one-to-one, never invested at scaling, never failed publicly, and grown from it. They're teaching frameworks they found in someone else's free webinar. As JT Fox says in his latest book, Business is War, which I highly recommend that you purchase and read, you learn more from failure than from filtered success. If your coach isn't being coached, if they're not in the trenches evolving with market momentum, you are their guinea pig, not their client. But then again, it depends because sometimes you have growing coaches that are growing. But let's look at it, or let's face it. If they have a coach and they're growing as a coach, then sure, give them a shot. But if they don't have a coach and they are trying to figure it all out using freebies and free mentorships or free conferences, then I don't think that's the way to go. Why would you invest in someone that doesn't invest in themselves, is what I always say. Even if you don't hire me, hire someone who's leveling up consistently, because business is not static and neither should your strategy be. But here's another thing about the title business coaching. Not everyone who titles themselves as a business coach is one. And here's what I mean. If someone only teaches sales, they're a sales trainer. If someone only does funnels, they're a marketing consultant. If somebody only does digital marketing, they're only in digital or social media content creation. They are not a business coach. A real coach is a general, not a sniper. We don't just fix your left arm. We build your whole business. We look at the model, the margins, the team, the blind spots, your numbers, and when necessary, refer to a specialist with precisions and detailed instructions. As JT teaches, empires are built on holistic strategies, not hacks and hustle. I had a one-to-one session with a senior banker recently, and she said, back during COVID, it was unprecedented times. And I looked at her and said, I guess I understand what you mean by that. And she goes, yeah, it seems to be always unprecedented, isn't it, now? With AI, algorithms, culture, sales cycle, it's all changing fast. And it's no normal. There is no such thing as normal to look back to. Only the new edge that you and I create. That's why even billionaires have coaches. Millionaires have coaches, because legacy isn't luck. It's an ongoing alignment with where the market is going, not where it's been. Unless you have already hit 10 figures, you need someone pushing you forward, period. But let's look at it this way. When you are, let's say, hiring a basketball coach, you don't expect the basketball coach to go, oh, I'm a basketball coach, but I'm only going to work on your left arm. And that's the same thing about the title for business coaching. Like, you don't expect a business coach to say, oh yeah, I only work on your social media content. I'm a business coach. Or I only work on AI. I'm a business coach. Because they're only working on one part of the limb of your business. But here's the rotten fruit test. Use this before you invest in any coach. They don't have a coach themselves. They wing sessions with no structure. They sell community but offer zero strategy. They avoid hard truths to keep your money. They make every answer about them and not you. I've fired fakes, I've outgrown poses, and I've learned from the best, including what not to do from the rotten fruits per se. And you deserve a coach who's in it for your results, not your retainer. JT tells the story of blowing a meeting with Michael Dell. He walked in underprepared, assumed charisma would carry him, and he shares that Michael shut him down with three brutal words. It's in my book. Have you read my book? It's in my book. Well, if you're curious, his book is called Play Nice But Win. So Michael Dell's book is called Play Nice But Win, which I've read. And it was fun to hear that his mother's name is also Lorraine. Now, returning to the story about JT and Michael Dell, that moment became one of JT's best lessons. He turned around, regrouped, and nailed a 2.5 hour lunch with billionaire John Paul DeJoria. I think that's how you pronounce it. The same day. And why? Because he learned fast and changed course. That's the difference between a real coach and a content creator. One performs in the moment, and the other one waits for likes. If you're serious about results, not just rah-rah, find a coach who has real scars and real wins, a bigger scoreboard than yours, the discipline to tell you the truth, even when it's uncomfortable. Because the wrong coach will cost you millions. The right one will make you unstoppable. This is the Solo to Entrepreneur Show. If this is the move you're make it with certainty. Think like a 9-figure entrepreneur, even though you are not there yet. Execute like your future depends on it, because it does. Now, you never know what we'll be talking about, but until then, stay sharp, stay strategic, stay solo. Well, maybe not stay solo, but try and grow, but never go it alone. If you like this episode, don't forget to like, share, and leave a feedback. It's interactions from you listeners which help push through each episode in further helping more business-minded people out there that will benefit from this. So until next time, this is Lorraine Chai signing out.